$1 million? For most people, that number feels massive, almost unreachable. It's a milestone that represents financial security, freedom, and success. But here's what few people talk about. Getting to your first million is the hardest part. After that, something shifts. Wealth starts to grow faster. Money starts working for you instead of the other way around. The struggle of saving, investing, and trying to make the right financial decisions starts to feel less overwhelming. Suddenly, the second million doesn't take nearly as long as the first. In today's video, we're uncovering why this happens, and how once you hit your first million, wealth starts growing almost on autopilot. Let's get started. Number 1. Your money starts making more money. When you have very little, your money doesn't do much for you. If you invest $10,000 even at a solid return of 8%, you're only making $800 a year. That's helpful, but it won't change your life. Now, if you invest $1 million at that same return, you're making $80,000 a year without lifting a finger. That's the difference. The more money you have, the more it generates, and at a certain point, it starts to feel effortless. At this stage, you're no longer just working for money. Your money is working for you. Wealthy people understand this and use their assets to generate even more income. Instead of relying on a paycheck, they make money from investments, real estate, or business ownership. Number 2, compound interest starts working in your favor. When you're starting out, it feels like growing wealth takes forever. You save and invest, but the returns don't seem like much. This is because compound interest works best with time and large amounts of money. When you reach your first million, the growth starts accelerating. If you invest $1 million with a 10% return, in just 5 years, you've gained over $500,000 in interest alone. After 10 years, you're well past $2 million, and you didn't have to do anything extra. This is the point where money starts multiplying faster than you ever thought possible. The rich don't get richer just because they earn more. They get richer because they let compound interest do the heavy lifting. Number 3. Better financial tools and investment opportunities. Open up before reaching your first million. You're working with limited options. You take whatever savings accounts, loan rates, and investment opportunities are available to you. But once you have significant wealth, financial institutions start treating you differently. Banks offer lower interest rates, exclusive investment options, and better financial products. You gain access to private investments, high-yield funds, and real estate deals that weren't available before. The financial system is built to favor those with money, and once you cross that threshold, the advantages start stacking up. For example, when you don't have much money, buying property often requires large down payments and high-interest loans. But for wealthy investors, banks offer better mortgage terms, allowing them to buy more real estate with less of their own money. The same applies to business investments. When you have money, investors and business partners seek you out instead of the other way around. Number 4. You stop trading time for money. Most people work harder to earn more, but there's a limit to how much you can work. There are only so many hours in a day. Wealthy people don't rely on a paycheck. Instead, they invest in assets that generate income. Stocks provide dividends. Rental properties create monthly cash flow. Businesses generate profits without requiring their constant involvement. Instead of working for every dollar, they create a system where money flows in whether they work or not. Once this happens, financial security is no longer tied to hours worked, making wealth building even easier. This is why financial independence becomes more attainable after the first million. If your investments generate enough income to cover your expenses, you gain freedom. You don't have to work unless you want to. This allows wealthy individuals to focus on growing their wealth instead of stressing about making ends meet. Number 5. Confidence in financial decisions increases. When you're starting out, every financial decision feels risky. Investing in the stock market, buying real estate, or starting a business all seem like moves that could wipe out your hard-earned savings. Fear of making a mistake keeps people from taking advantage of wealth-building opportunities. After reaching $1 million, that fear begins to disappear. With a strong financial foundation, you can take calculated risks. You no longer panic over market fluctuations or hesitate before making an investment. When you have money to fall back on, you make smarter, more confident financial decisions, and that leads to even more growth. Number 6. Spending becomes more intentional. At the beginning of a financial journey, it's tempting to spend money to feel successful. People upgrade their cars, buy designer clothes, or splurge on luxury vacations to show they've made it. But after reaching $1 million, many realize that these things don't bring real fulfillment. Wealthy individuals focus more on what truly matters: financial freedom, security, and peace of mind. Instead of increasing their spending with every income increase, they reinvest their money. They still enjoy life, but they aren't trapped in a cycle of working to maintain an expensive lifestyle. Keeping wealth is just as important as building it. Number 7. Opportunities start coming to you. When you're working toward financial success, it often feels like you're chasing opportunities. You're searching for investments, applying for loans, and trying to make connections. But after you reach a certain level of wealth, the dynamic changes. People start offering you investment deals, business partnerships, and exclusive opportunities. Whether it's real estate, private equity, or stock market investments, having money makes you more attractive to investors. Wealth attracts wealth, and once you're in that position, financial growth becomes easier than ever. Number 8, your everyday expenses get cheaper. One of the most surprising things about building wealth is that life actually becomes less expensive. When you have money, you get better deals. Banks waive fees, credit cards offer cashback rewards, and insurance companies lower your rates. Even buying a car or a home is cheaper because you can pay upfront or qualify for lower interest rates. Wealthy people take advantage of bulk discounts, long-term investments, and cash deals that help them avoid the hidden costs that keep the middle class struggling. When you reach a certain level of financial success, even your cost of living improves, making it even easier to grow your wealth. Number 9. Your reputation brings more money. Success attracts success. When you reach your first $1 million, people start seeing you differently. Business owners, investors, and even casual acquaintances recognize your financial achievements, and that leads to more opportunities. Wealthy individuals often get invited into exclusive investment deals, business partnerships, and lucrative collaborations simply because people know they have money and experience. Your reputation as someone who understands wealth automatically opens doors, making it easier to grow your money even faster. Building the first $1 million is the hardest part because you have to create wealth from nothing. You're working hard, saving aggressively, and figuring out what actually works. But once that first $1 million is in place, everything changes. Money starts making money on its own. Compound interest accelerates wealth growth. Better financial tools and opportunities open up. Investments provide steady income. Spending habits become more intentional and financial stress fades away. Your cost of living decreases, financial decisions become easier, and even your reputation starts working in your favor. With each milestone, wealth building becomes less about effort and more about strategy. For those still on the journey, the key is to stay consistent. The habits that help you reach $1 million are the same ones that make the next $1 million come even faster. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more content like this. Your wealth building journey is just getting started.